Lady Gilmore.
He said, good day. Hallelujah. We're going to tell the Lord, hallelujah. He woke us up this morning. Yet he's so good and he started us on our way. And he brought us a brand new day. So I'm so excited about that. I don't know what to do. But my most excitement is these sisters. Sorry, brothers. We have to come back with you all. But we have some sisters with resources that is going to help each and every one of us, including yours truly. We are living in a time, daughters, that we've never seen before. This new norm is all new for everybody. But we want to let people know they're not going through this by themselves. That's the key. When you don't go through something by yourself and you know there is somebody. But see, our parents and our children, we're not used to being home together 24/7. It's like 16, leave in the morning. When you get home at 5 or 6, our babies are home doing homework. Everybody have their own schedule. But as one of my parents told me, they feel like she's being held hostage in her own home. But with these powerful sisters here today, we're going to help her change the word from hostage to I'm going to be all right. And like I told her, it's okay. Reach out for some help. That's all we got to do is reach out for some help. Right now, we're going to start with the president, CEO, and founder of Beyond Abuse, Denise Jenkins. Take it away, my sister.
Well, good morning, everybody. First, let me just give honor to God and just thank my sisters and my colleagues and my daughters for coming in. Lady Gilmore, I want to thank you on behalf of everybody. So I'm going to do the thank you on behalf of everybody so that they can have time to share everything that they need to share to your audience and to KAZ Radio TV and Pastor James. We're here on a serious note today because of COVID-19 and because there is so much disparity in our neighborhoods and in our homes and in our families and through our nation. But I want everybody to know there's hope. We have a new regime getting ready to come in and in the office of President Joe Biden. And I want to stop, Lady Gilmore. I told you I wanted to do a part of my intro to thank him for being our champion. President Biden was the author. He was the original author of the Violence Against Women's Act. And that's the act that we stand on. This Violence Against Women's Act, it covers a plethora of different issues: domestic violence, sexual assault, teen dating violence, as well as stalking. There is hope coming in the White House. And I just thank God for him and for his team. COVID is not the end. It's just the middle of the storm. There is hope at the end and a rainbow of promise that God has for us. So I want to encourage everyone in the listening audience today to know that you can live beyond abuse and your situations.
Thank you so very much, my sister. We want to open up with our founder as to why this organization is in existence. And to thank God, back down yonder, as my grandmother used to say, we had our president-elect, Joe Biden already at the table. The word said we come to the table, let's break bread together. So he broke bread many years ago, and for us to be where we are today. Yes. So we're going to start with our introductions. I want to start with Dr. Tucker, please. Dr. Tucker.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. My name is Dr. Tucker, and I am the founder of Lily Catherine Learning Center. Excuse me. It is a center where, for such a time as this, where we are able to tutor children. I also go online and we monitor children. For a lot of parents, they're struggling right now. They put their children kind of like when they sent them off to school and you just kind of leave them in the hands of the teachers, the administration, the educational staff. Well, unfortunately, it's not quite that kind of greeting today. And what happens is that you have children that are being left into their rooms, because the parents don't know what to do. And so therefore, the children aren't able to really get their education. Leave children alone. It's a scripture in the Bible to say it's the devil's workshop, so kids being left alone in a room, they can kind of just do things other than education. And so what is happening is that the children are going in there, they're not logging on, the kids are starting to get failures for not turning in the work for logging on. And so the teachers are not there to they're there, but they're not there to monitor them, just to check to see if the children are logging on and to assist them. And therefore, my organization, what we do is we go in and we get access through the school district, and they allow us to log in on the child's account, and we can kind of make sure that that child is logging in and hold them accountable, and then also give the parent feedback as well.
Thank you so very much, my sister. Sister Celia here? I don't see her on my end.
Lady Gilmore,
Ebony?
I see a couple of girls just text me, Lady Gilmore, I'm sorry. They are waiting to get in. Ebony says she's in the waiting room, waiting to get in. So I'm not sure. Okay.
Pray for me. I don't even know what that means. Thank God for my grandson. He comes and set his grandma up. I don't know none of that. Okay. Are they in now?
Okay. Ebony is. Yeah, I see Ebony's. Mm-hmm.
I see Ebony, yeah.
Okay. All right. So we'll go with Sister Ebony. Peace and good day, my sister.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome.
Thank you.
How are you? You're welcome. We'd like for you to introduce yourself and tell us about you and your organization, please.
So I am Ebony Hall. I go by Ebony J. I have a nonprofit called Enduring the Course. I'm a licensed clinical social worker, which just simply means that I'm a therapist. My nonprofit is basically to just help people understand like what mental health looks like untreated. And then on the other side of it, I have a private practice. So once you understand what it looks like to be untreated and why you should get treated, then you can just hop on over with us and begin treatment. I just released a book called Enduring the Course as well. And like I said, it's basically talking about the same thing. Why it's important to treat mental health, and again, what it looks like when it's not. And just kind of to help reduce the stigma of mental health, and just to let people know that it's people that look like us that can go ahead and help us.
Thank God for technology, daughter, because years ago we dare not would even use that word mental health.
Exactly.
We wouldn't discuss it with anybody. And we were told, well, go on in the house.
Stay in the house.
Stay in the house.
Yeah.
We can't do that no more, daughter.
Yes.
Okay, it's your turn. Please, Sister Simone.
Good morning, everyone. I would like to thank God for this opportunity first. Again, my name is Simone Williams. I am the founder and executive director of Sisters of Hope. Sisters of Hope is a nonprofit organization that assists unemployed, homeless women with a transition from homelessness to self-sufficiency. Mm-hmm. And what we do is we run our program out of two local shelters. One is the Haven Home, which is our overflow family shelter with mother and children. Also, Zelma George Family Shelter, which is a family shelter for single mother with children, mother, father, and children, or a father and children. Unfortunately, due to COVID, we're not servicing in the shelter, but we still provide services outside of the shelter. So let me go back to what we do. We provide a 10-week training, and our training covers job readiness, health and wellness, goal setting in the workplace, homeless prevention, and we provide our individuals with transportation to and from work, to interviews. We also provide them with interview apparel, personal hygiene items, and myself or a staff member will assist them if they want to go look at properties, just to make sure they answer the appropriate questions, make sure that they understand it at least before they sign it. Currently, right now, what we do is assist individuals. We build resumes, cover letters, and email employers that's hiring. If you know anyone that's facing homelessness or anyone who live in poverty, you can give them my number. My telephone number is 216-704-4618, or you can email me your request at sistersofhopecleve@gmail.com. So that's SISTERSOPECLEV@gmail.com.
Thank you so very much. Is Sister Linda here? Sister C here?
Linda's here. Dixon, Linda's here. How are you?
Thank you. Peace and good morning, my sister. How are you?
I'm well. Navigated through some technology. I'm here.
Thank God. Thank God.
Yes.
All right. We'd like for you to introduce yourself, my sister, and tell us a little something, not a little. Tell us something about your organization, because the God we serve ain't a little God.
He really isn't.
Okay.
They say little things come, big things come in little packages. So here it is.
Yes, ma'am.
And so I'm Linda Honey Dixon, and I am an educator, and I've an innovator, of course, but I've been in education with the paycheck for 28 years plus. But I've literally heard God's calling as early as a first grader. When all my cousins would come over, I was incredibly shy, but I could be the teacher. So that's what I did. So everyone was learning very early. If you could walk and utter anything, you were learning something at my mom's house. So that's where the passion came in. Currently, I am working as a 7th grade, I say, instructor with the course of social studies in individuals and societies, but I am certified from K through 8, and I still work with college students on writing skills and tutorials with high school students with their writing skills, because I feel like the language we use is of utmost importance, in the sense that we don't need to lose ourselves in our language in the midst of trying to navigate through all this liberal arts type of education. So that's huge. I've also started my LLC for Brain Synapse, which works with every experience that we give our youngsters, even the elderly, because I used it with my mom during her time of the development of her Alzheimer's, and it was very powerful. So the Brain Synapse literally trains the brain. I am currently in the process of having some other youngsters help set up a website to get that up and moving, because right now I only work one-on-one with my grandkids. They're my guinea pigs.
Excuse me.
Yes. Yes. And so in the near future, my time scale looks like it's, I've been told within the next 2 to 3 weeks, I'll be up and running on a website. So I am excited and I can't wait. As a matter of fact, I'm not waiting. I'm working with folks of all ages right now to get them into some fun brain training pieces.
That's good.
Thank you.
Thank you. When you said that, my sister, you remind me of my daddy. My daddy used to say, movers and shakers, get things done. No need to wait. Just keep it moving and start shaking, and it will come to pass.
Thank you.
I don't see, is Sister C here? Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Sister C and Sister Celia. Well, I'm old school radio and TV. No dead air. The Hawkins, all of them years ago taught me no dead air, because that's when we can be discussing many, many things. We have so many resources here available, and we have people that's watching us that's in pain. So what I asked the Lord for, to let this particular show be medicine, helpful. You spoke about the brain. Different ones that, in a certain area, you're homeless, call daughter Simona, give out all these numbers. We have got to come out of self. This is not about me.
Yes.
It's not about us. It's about
Yes.
them. And I always say, for the grace of God, it could be me. It could be me, for the grace of God. So what I want to do now is we want to have a discussion. This is the new norm. Do you have any examples of people that have contacted you that is reaching out for help? Don't everybody speak it at one time.
Lady Gilmore, Denise Jenkins with Beyond Abuse. We didn't get a chance to talk about something that's near and dear to me, which is domestic violence and the rising of the numbers, not just from people that we don't know, but from our own families. With this new norm, with this COVID-19 and everyone being in home, there has been an influx of violence, whether it's from senior to senior, from husband to wife, from brother to sister. We have some serious things going on. Some people don't understand that domestic violence is not just physical, but it's also mental, it's financial, it's sexual, it's emotional, it's spiritual. It covers so many areas, and we have to be cognizant of what's going on, and we cannot be silent. I know that Pastor is trying to run our numbers at the bottom of the screen. So if the audience does not get the ladies' numbers, they can always contact Beyond Abuse and we'll make sure we refer. So that's something that my colleagues and my collaborative partners that are on here today know. Sister C is here and ready to give us some tools about expressive arts and how to do some self-care. But Lady Gilmore, one thing that, getting back to your question, it's really important that people understand that we are here to bless somebody else this morning.
Absolutely.
We are here to share resources, and not just because this group of ladies joined me in October for Domestic Violence Awareness Month, because domestic violence doesn't end in October. It covers 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. And we have to make sure that they know that there's help, because that's one thing. The offenders have power over them to make them think that there's no help, but we have help. You see, we have some powerful women out here today to tell them that we will help them, because we can't physically get to you. We have technology. We can virtually get to you. And also for the domestic violence victims who are living in silence at the hands of their abusers, we are actually doing virtual courts. We have taken care of the TPOs and the CPOs. You can make a phone call. You can get help. You can dial 211 or 911. You don't have to wait for Beyond Abuse. Just get help. Get out of there. And there are places that can help you. So I just wanted to chime in and make sure that they understand that they are not alone, that if they think that they are not safe, because that's the question we always ask, are you safe? If you're not safe, or if you just can't really answer that question, then get help. Look around your family. Somebody's changed, and you need to open up that conversation and defeat the enemy in your own families and in your own neighborhoods. We need to become neighborly again.
Yeah.
So true. So true. Because the secrets, don't want to say anything, pretend like when Lady Gilmore comes, everything is fine. They're winding up in the cemetery. And we definitely want to break that chain. We want to break it. We want to give them the desired help, because the only way that we can survive the COVID-19 is to have powerful sisters here today with all that can cover all areas of what's going on. Since you shared with me that Sister C is here.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Sister C. Sister C. She will come in. I want to shift this to the youngest in the group, Dr. Tucker. Is that okay, Sister Linda?
That's fine. That's
Because
fine.
I am so inspired and happy to see our young sisters. These are our daughters here.
Yeah.
Amen.
To see how God has touched them and want to go out and reach my babies,
Yes.
talk to them and give them help. So, daughter Simona, please share some information, experiences. We don't call names, and things like that. And then Sister Ebony, I want to hear from you again.
You saying experiences, from my experience or the people that I service?
People that you serve. How many of them have come back and said thank you? How many of them have been successful? See, we got to share. It's a happy side of this too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Once my participants graduate from my program, not only if they graduate from my program, but if they have been in contact with me, a lot of them will call and tell me thank you. A lot of individuals call and say, can you just pray with me? Can you provide me with extra resources? Or I don't have access to get Pampers. I will provide them with resources to get Pampers, but if not, I will go and buy Pampers for individuals. I do have some individuals to say, hey, Miss Simona, I'm still currently working at, say, Cleveland Clinic, and I got award of Employee of the Month or Employee of the Year. So there are some success stories out of being homeless. Just because a person faces homelessness doesn't mean it's the end of the world or it will be a permanent situation, where some individuals may not see a rainbow or sunshine at the end, but there is ways through resources, support. So yeah, it's a lot of women that come back and say, hey, thanks.
That's so good. What about the effects of the children? Their children.
Most of them have counseling. I still provide them with resources for tutoring, free tutoring, clothes, school supplies. Yeah.
So this is an ongoing process.
So once you complete my program, or if I've been in contact with you, I still provide services for a year. Once a week, I still email or text resources to everyone I came in contact with. And if some people don't call me, I email them or text them as well, but I won't put them in group texts.
Okay. Thank you so much, daughter. Daughter Ebony. Can we hear from you, please, daughter Ebony?
Yes. So for me, I have two quick stories, I guess, success stories that I want to talk about. One of them is recently, a couple of other therapists and we done a virtual situation, a Zoom situation where we were talking about relationship goals. And one of my clients wasn't available that day, but she sent the link to her boyfriend. They've been struggling with their relationship. And so when I had the session with her the following week, she just explained to me, she was like, I don't know what y'all talked about on there, but whatever it got his attention. And he reached out to somebody and started therapy that next week. And I've been working with her for probably about a year, and she had been trying to get him to go to therapy. So that's a really good success story for me, or for us as a whole, because he's a Black male, and typically those are the ones that are kind of against going to counseling and different things like that. So for him to go and get on a situation like this, and then it inspire him and actually to make moves to go ahead and meet with a counselor. So that's my first. The second one is I was out to dinner one day, and I saw this girl. Well, I didn't even pay attention to her. She was just my server, and she looked at me and she said, "You were my counselor." And I looked at her and I said, "Oh my God, yes, I was. I remembered you. I remember her." But and typically when I see my people in the community, I don't speak to them, or I don't, for confidentiality, I don't identify them. I may say hi and keep it moving. And again, I'm with my family. My family know what I do, so that's another reason why I try to protect them. And so she said, I just want you to know that you saved my life. She said, I'm dead serious. You saved my life. She said, I'm in a healthy relationship. She was
Praise
pregnant.
God.
She had a job at the time, so she said that she had been working consistently, something that we had worked on. And when I sat at that table, I wanted to cry so bad because I know where this girl was when I, met her. She was court appointed. She had anger issues and all of these type of things. And so for her to be able to use the language, the me saving her life part was fine, but she did the work and I give the glory to God. But for her to be able to have the language to say, I'm in a healthy relationship and just communicate some other thing was one of the things I probably will never, ever forget.
See, that's what I'm talking about, because if I'm down and out today and I'm watching this show and I hear all this, what about surviving? Because this is the purpose of it. We want them to survive through the virus, corona. What is it? Yeah, COVID-19. They didn't give it so many names. And to encourage them, because sometimes we'll say, Sister Linda will say, Dr. Tucker, oh, they ain't doing nothing. But to share stories that have touched and changed somebody's lives. And that's so hard for all of us. I see my babies. I can't say anything to them. I can't hug them, but I'll be crying because, yes, they stuck with it. They followed the resources. They followed everything that we have provided and constantly stayed in contact. So, Dr. Tucker,
yes, ma'am.
On your end, tell us about our babies and your heartfelt ministry with our children, because you have tutoring.
Yeah, well, the tutoring is turning into sort of like counseling, I guess. What we do is we also have hands-on. So a lot of the kids are so used to the school and teaching from the school hands-on that the online is just not working for a lot of kids. So we're also open for parents to bring the children there if they have transportation to get the children there. I also do Zoom. We also do Zoom with the children as well. So we offer a lot of different avenues as far as education is concerned. But I'm finding now that we're shifting from the younger students, like kids from like the 3rd, 4th, 5th grade. I still have those. But we're getting now a lot of young adults, and they're coming to me for college assistance. They're coming to me for, a lot of them don't have the basic skills that they need. Some of them are coming, they are having problems in like just simple multiplications. I had one student that came to me, didn't even know what 3 times 6 was, but he was in the 10th grade.
Amen.
So I found myself, having to work and help him in that area. I had another student that was in the 8th grade, client rather, that can't, I'm so used to saying students from school, but they're clients now, But I had another client come to me, and he was in the 8th grade, and he did not know how to, he was on his 6th grade reading level, but he didn't know how to comprehend, and his comprehension only came because he didn't have the tools to be able to comprehend. So when I taught him the who, what, when, and where chart, he was able to use that as he read. And then the other day he told me that he picked up a book and read it all on his own, and he began to tell me what the story was about. So but I'm finding again, a lot of young people are coming to me. They're having suicidal thoughts, and Ebony, I might have to be referring some to you. They're having suicidal thoughts in this day and time. They're uncertain about their future. I have some that coming to me. They're saying they're coming for tutoring, but in all actuality, I'm finding out they're coming just to talk. And in talking, they're very depressed. They don't know which way their future is going.
Mhm.
They don't even know if what they're going to school now for is even worth it, in this pandemic. You got to understand, it's harder. I think it's harder for the older kids, the older young people, than it is more so, even though we have coping skills, they have coping skills. They've been here long enough to have them. But I think it's coming from, yes, I think it's coming more so from the aspect that this was thrust upon them. Okay, this new normal is thrust upon them. Where the younger kids, they're growing up now, not knowing the affection of grandma, grandpa. They're not knowing, it's going to be their new normal. They're not going to know the affection of grandma, grandpa, going out to events, those memories that we all have built for so many years that we know of, that we can tell stories of. We have to understand that these children now, they don't have those stories. They won't have those stories if things continue like this.
Wow.
We're also raising up a generation before this pandemic came that is kind of cold-hearted. Like, it was getting a little cold out there. But what's happening now, these children that are younger, they're learning now to deal with no touch, no hug. So now it's being more incorporated of a generation that we're going to be seeing that are going to be desensitized through this pandemic. The older kids, they're finding it very hard to deal with, because now what is happening, and I'm finding their normal world is no longer normal to them. They don't know what it is now that I can't go out with my friends, and have something to eat. I can't go out on the college campus and just mingle or see my buddies and just hug them. What do you mean social distancing? I'm finding they're becoming more paranoid. The young people are, they don't know who to touch. They don't know if this is okay. It's leaving them in an atmosphere of uncertainty. They're becoming uncertain. And when you get a group of young people that are uncertain now, and then coupled with lack of education, because let's just face it, before this pandemic, you had kids that weren't really educated on the level that they needed to be. They weren't on, they were 10th graders, 4th grade reading levels thing, and that was the norm. Everybody was like, oh, that's okay, we expect that. But then as a society, we've gotten to that point where we've expecting that. And so now we got these kids. I'm sorry, Lady Gilmore, did you need
Yes, ma'am. Sister C just came in, and the Lord allowed her to come in just in the right amount of time.
Yes.
Because now we're going to hear from Sister C with the art and therapy.
Okay.
For our children. But thank you so very much, Dr. Tucker.
Sure.
Okay. Peace and good day, my sister. Sister C.
Peace and good day, Lady Gilmore, and all the wonderful ladies on this panel. I've been here since the beginning, but my sister was not cooperating. So God made it come together, and
praise God.
And so now you can hear me like I hear you. So
yes.
Okay.
And we can see you.
Right.
I always tell the enemy, I didn't RSVP you.
Okay.
Don't come over here.
That's right.
I didn't get it. So we have to push him aside and keep going on with God's business. So Sister C, please share. We want to hear about you. Share, Sister C, and what you do to assist my babies.
Okay, so my name is C. Holloway, and I'm a performance artist as well as an expressive arts facilitator and the founder of Creative One. So Creative One involves the expressive arts. It's not just one focus, it's several. So we're talking about art, music, dance and movement, drama, as well as writing, because those things under that one umbrella are known as expressive arts. And through those different methods of expressing oneself, we're able to find ways to cope, able to find ways to heal ourselves as well as others. And through this, especially in traumatic scenarios like what we have now, and just life being traumatic, and myself experiencing many traumas in life, I did a program. I built a workshop called Problem Solving Through Poetry. It's flexible programming where I literally adjust each and every workshop to whoever is in the workshop. I was very fortunate and blessed to be able to open that program at the Warrensville Heights Y, where it serviced youth from ages 8 to 16. And basically, it gave them an avenue to express the different things that were on their minds, the different things. It could be moving, it could be something traumatic in school, it could be home life. But they open up and they were able to share. Through this program, it allows one to be able to come in, have coping skills, express things in a positive manner, and leave and know how to be able to adjust to different scenarios. And that could be through writing, it could be through dancing, it could be through just sharing, so many ways, and how that's effective. So now, if we put that into what's happening today in the world, we might not be able to go out into the world as much as we would like to, but we can bring the world into us. Okay, what I mean by that is we can create what's called an all fine place. And it was an all fine place for you, maybe different from what's for me, but it's your all fine place. Now, let me show you a physical example of that. Okay, something as simple as a paper plate, and then just putting things on that that represent your ideal fine place. Mine is called Tranquility Lake. Okay, so on this paper plate, I have different things. I have a duck, because ducks usually walk on dry land, but they stay afloat. So here's the thing, we can stay afloat in this situation. Don't have to drown, don't have to be stuck in the dirt, okay? So that's what that duck represents. That's me. Home sweet home, right there. Color, I'm a colorful person. I enjoy color, so that's what these are. This here, this blue, that's tranquility, because colors can put us in different mindsets, different moods. Blue is tranquil. I like hot pink, love that. But that's life and vibrance. Okay, so here, this golden, this is sunshine, the radiance and the healing of the sun. The green here, that represents fertility, life springing forth. White, purity of heart and mind, to be able to woo-sa. Now these things made from stuff at home. The green and the blue, those are sponges. Got my little ducky from the dollar store, Dollar Tree, $1 holler. The sign, $1 holler, okay? Paper plates, we have paper plates, okay? So all of this, and this taking the time, sit down, boom, put it together. Also, this is helpful with your foot. That's me tracing my foot on a piece of paper. You can use chalk, you can use crayons, you can use markers, doesn't matter, colored pencils. Outline your foot and think about, what does it take to support that foot? So basically inside and out. So here I have all these cushions and stuff for foot. Okay, for me, family is important for that support. Social networks, God, dial a friend or friends, the scenario, all of this. And so in that, and what makes me feel peaceful, the colors I have in here, the blue and things like that. Healthy heart, healthy mind. Okay, so basically, creating your all fine place, think about what you see. For me, I see blue skies. What I hear birds chirping and waterfalls. What I smell, lavender. Lavender is calming, relaxing. Yeah. What I taste, cotton candy and sugar cookies, because I have a sweet tooth. So what I feel peaceful. Woosah. Your woosah place can be wherever you want it to be. It can be here. You can bring it to you, even if you can't go out there to it. Because self-care is also important. Like L'Oreal said, we're worth it.
Yes. So Sister C, is there a particular age group?
There is not. For my program, because it's flexible programming, I literally design it for whatever age group I'm working with, whether it's seniors, young adults, kids, teens, in between. If it's mixed groups, I literally change the components to whoever's in the workshop. The thing that remains constant is using poetry as the vehicle to help relieve and express, anxiety and stress, and feel better and know how to go home and use that for yourself and with yourself. And contact information, I didn't say that. So problem solving through poetry at gmail.com. And then my phone number is area 216-220-4970.
Thank you, my sister. My
You're
scholar, when she first started walking, she went in the daycare room and started pulling out, because I love colors. Just start pulling colors, and art therapy calms her down, arts and crafts. And she's so
Yeah.
creative. And she'll tell me,
Mhm.
life, grandma, like you just did. And it's so important in that learning the early stage of our babies. They say,
Yeah.
what is it, 5 years old?
Oh my
We
goodness,
get them, five, up to 5. We have already had the chance to develop them and us.
Yes, those first
And
5 years.
yes, first 5 years. So that's really good. Thank you so much.
You're
I'm
welcome.
looking
Thank you.
for, and thank you, Lord, for letting you get in. I'm looking for Sister
Yeah.
Celia. Yes. Is Sister Linda still here? We need to hear from Sister Linda.
I am. I'm still here.
Thank you. Thank you. Sister Linda, please share some of your successful experiences. I know you have many, because I'm picking up your energy. I'm picking up your energy.
There are so many. Would you all be okay with me focusing on the virtual setting for school at this time?
Please.
Okay, so my big thing in thinking about, okay, what do you present in this forum? I thought it to be critical to tap into the virtual setting for all age groups, from preschool all the way up through those high schoolers, and even more so, as many of you have mentioned, the college students. They are struggling in so many ways. Many not wanting to have been online. If they're like me, you just really are camera shy, and really the navigation of the whole virtual scene is just, it's overwhelming. So I really wanted to share some information today to help parents kind of demise the stress that's coming with the online teaching. Yeah, we know I'm not a teacher, I can't do this. You can do anything, because you are first and foremost your child's primary educator. From the moment you start talking and singing, having conversations, having that fun downtime, cleaning and cooking meals, those things set the stage for the years of success in the classroom. So now that we're virtual, does that have to stop? It doesn't. And you are still in control of what you say your child will and won't do. So I think it's really important that we set the stage of at least encouraging your sons and daughters to attend those virtual classroom settings, because teachers are, well, we're already trained, but we're always getting training like we don't know what we're doing, which is a whole lot of wasted money. That's a whole nother show. But the bottom line here is set the stage, encourage the attendance, because there is downtime from the camera. The students don't have to appear on the camera the entire time. Most often we're encouraging the student who turns the camera off and goes back to sleep. We're encouraging them to stay on camera as their source of accountability. Hey, I'm here. Zoom and Google Classroom, two that I know of, have set up breakout rooms. Literally, we push a button, it breaks the room out. You can set it to the stage of one person in that meeting with you one-on-one to work with the student. The breakout room can have 2, 3, or 4 working on a project together. So there's some social time. Get your students up out of that bed, especially those first and second period courses. They matter a great deal. And I'm, of course, speaking in terms of the elementary, middle school, and high school students being accountable. Parents can also kind of gauge when the student is becoming overwhelmed or not. I know even before all this, decades ago, I would tell my kids, oh, well, we're not doing that homework assignment because I know you've mastered it. We're coming in the kitchen and we're going to do some more cooking. That's your science, your chemistry. You're building your engineers in those matters. So parents, we do have to make that call to say, you know what, my child really needs a mental break. And I will tell you, the schools have set the stage for that as well. Many schools have stepped in line to give an off-screen Wednesday. Most are choosing Wednesday. I would have preferred Friday, long weekend, but the off-screen Wednesday allows your student time to engage in work that was assigned earlier in the week. We've navigated and trained the students how to go into their grade book, whether it's progress book, Infinite Campus, whatever your medium is, that platform for your grades. We're teaching students how to navigate, look and see what you already knew you didn't do, but it's a reminder to say, oh, let me go back before you become overwhelmed. That way you're within that week to get that assignment in. And again, it's about accessing the content more so than you just putting words and responses on a page and turning it in. So we really want to help the kids navigate their pacing of the curriculum. And again, I say the setting is critical. We have students who have made a decision. They will have their science in their bedroom. They will go to the music for the basement, but they've made schedules like, I just need a different change of scenery. So just some critical ideas that I feel are very helpful in balancing. And balance does not mean 50-50. You can have a 60-40 balance, because no matter where the balance is, that scale has stood still. It's still balanced. Just kind of stay aware, parents and students. Talk to your parents as to where you are in this forum. So I'm hoping that tidbit really helps you. Of course, all of the women you've already heard from. I've already decided how I'm calling the creative poetry piece, because I already see you working with the counselors in the school, going through the art class to create some interdisciplinary units. Your phone's probably going to start ringing like crazy. So thank you all for sharing those pieces.
Okay, and thank you. And Sister Denise, we haven't forgotten you as the founder of oh my goodness, Beyond Abuse.
Yes,
Because
ma'am.
what we want to do is take the steps so we won't have to come to you. We don't want to have to send nobody to you. So we went through the preparatory steps. My mama used to bake cakes from scratch, and we would be in line to lick the bowl. Mama said, all this food we got, and we just wanted to lick the bowl because we know once the bowl got empty, the cake was going in the oven. And when it come out, it was going to be fluffy and a delicious cake. So that's why the Lord had us make you last, my sister, because we're preparing them not to call you. So at this particular time, Sister Denise, share with us what you can. I appreciate everybody giving your phone numbers, emails, etc., because the only way that I can survive something is what? Have all of you lined up to tell me what I need to do. So go ahead, Sister Denise.
Okay, Lady Gilmore, again, I want to tell all of my colleagues, sisters and daughters, thank you for getting up this morning and helping me come to you with so much valuable information. Beyond Abuse is on Facebook. So if you forget one of the young ladies' numbers, or if you can't get our contact information, just go on Facebook. We're out there. You can go to Lady Gilmore's page. We're there. We're constantly doing things. One thing I do want to tell families, children, mothers, fathers, nieces, nephews, everyone alike, domestic violence is not a woman's issue, it's a people's issue. And it's really important that we make sure that we develop stages of health, stages of education, stages of advocacy, even in COVID-19. Check your neighbor. If you know your neighbor goes out every day and you miss them, please knock on their door, call them up. We need to start leaving our phone numbers like we used to. I remember the women of my community when I was a child, everybody used to be on the porch. They didn't come over our house, but they used to wave. We knew they were there. So
Goodness.
I challenge our neighbors and our friends and our families to start looking out the window, opening up your doors and just wave at your neighbor. Let them know you're still there, because if something happened, they'll be the first one to be able to call 911 or 211 for you. Let your child know that there's a safe space in their neighborhood. If something's going on in your house, where do your child go? Where would you go? Pick someone. I'm not talking about that busy person that likes to tell everything, but I'm talking about that safe person in your small community, because when I grew up, we couldn't go no further than 5 houses. So that was my circle of safety. All right. So pick those people that you know in your neighborhood. You know that lady. She's safe. She lived by herself. She go to church every Sunday. You know who she is. She waves. She talks to you. She say blessed by the best, like my auntie do. You know these people in your neighborhood, in your community. Call your families daily. See how they're doing. While they have breath in their body, do not fall into that trap of feeling guilty or having grief if something happens to them. Oh, I should have reached out. I should have did that. Well, do it while you're upright, mobile, and moving. Call that cousin. Call that sister that you haven't talked to in years. Call that brother. Make up, forgive. God is trying to tell us something in this season. This is not a man-made pandemic. Okay, they need to understand this. This is something that's this is a spiritual warfare as well as a physical warfare that we have to address. We have to, as people of God, as believers, we have to turn the table around on, like Lady Gilmore say, the enemy. We have to come together and pray. The word says where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there's power in what we do. There's power in this room this morning. We have so much information and Lady Gilmore, we have so much more. Carol is in the room and she didn't get an opportunity to talk more about domestic violence, but we do have information on Facebook. You can call us. We are here and available for you. If you're not sure that you need us, or if you're not sure that you need something and you know that you're a little off, just reach out. They can reach out to you, Lady Gilmore. I don't know nobody else. This social butterfly that we have called Lady Gilmore, our queen on the scene, she has connections and is connected with everything and everyone. So even if you can't get us, connect with her. Connect with her and she will connect you to us. Me and Lady Gilmore talk daily and we see the plight and the disparities. We understand what's going on. So one thing I want to encourage families are to stay active with each other. Go back to the kitchen table. Yes. Have a meal. Cut off the TV. Cut off the video games. You have opportunities right now to bring your family back to a cohesiveness that you have never did before. For women who think that this is the end, it's not. It's only the beginning. You can live beyond anything. You have an opportunity to go back to school, to write that business plan, write that book, sow into your children. You said you never had time before. You got time now. So get off of Facebook, get off of Twitter. Tell your kids to turn off their phone, get on the sofa and talk, have real conversations. Let them know right now in this season that somebody care and somebody love them. Amen. And that's the key. We need to love.
Some love.
We need to love.
Amen. Sister Denise, you said Sister Carol is here?
Yes, ma'am.
Sister Carol?
She needs to take her off of mute. She's got
she's on mute, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Sister Carol?
Yeah. Yes, you're on mute. I'm reading her lips. Yes.
Push your mute.
Hello. Am I here? Okay.
Okay. Peace and good day, my sister. How are you?
I'm good. I'm very good. I am a senior facilitator for Beyond Abuse. And I'm just going to piggyback on Denise a little bit because people have to understand too, people have lost their jobs, the schools are closing, daycares are closing, and people are very stressed out at this time. And you know, they're taking it out, and it's bad. Sometimes they're taking it out on the kids, and the kids don't understand it. And they're, you know, like, okay, what I'm supposed to do. Even the men, they lost their job and they're taking it out on their wives. So it's like, you know, watch out for your neighbor. I'm with Denise with this. Watch out for your people, period, your relatives, because you never know, because a lot of people just don't say anything. You may see things, you may see black eyes, but you know what? They're afraid to say something because, you know, they could be taken from the home. The kids could be taken from the home. So now it's really critical for people to actually watch out for their neighbors, watch out for their children. And because this is where a lot of deaths comes in. This is a lot of injuries comes in just because we're going through a trying time right now. And sometimes I really feel sorry for the kids because I hear, you know, I hear parents actually just screaming at their kids. And I'm like, no, don't scream at your kids. Your kids didn't do this. You know, they don't, what are they going to do? They're trying to learn, you know, from home, you know, and it's really tough. I talked to some of the ladies I used to work for, and they speak to me how they talk to me about how tough it is and how we can't get our kids in daycare because of this COVID-19. But and they're having a tough time with just dealing, period. So I'm too, you know, asking people just to look out, look, you know, look to the right, look to the left, as Denise say, look up and down, however you got to do it in order to help like your next door neighbor or your relatives, you know, whoever is going through what's, you know, things. So I'm like Denise, I'm writing a book. I'm doing everything I can possibly do.
Good for
Stay
you.
busy because
That's what it takes.
it's hard. It's very hard because you get into this and you're like, oh my God, I don't have a job. What am I gonna do? How am I gonna do this? Whatever else it is, it's hard. And I can see parents having a hard time, especially if you ain't never really been at home with your children and you know they've been in school all day long. So it's a hard thing. So you know, I'm asking too is people just talk to each other. They have to. People look out for each other.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what, my sister, you touched on something, you and Sister Denise, and we dare not forget our men. Right. Some of my adult children, I had a husband and wife call me. As soon as I said, peace and good day, they start screaming. He was crying. I don't know what to do, Mom. He's in his 40s. Mom, I don't know what to do. The wife is crying and screaming, and the children, and I'm not used to looking at them all day. So there is so much that we need to do and get the word out. And I want to thank Sister Denise for bringing this suggestion to me about surviving COVID-19, because it's all about surviving, and we can survive together. Yes, I mean, my mama's generation, I mean, no. Don't let, right, they sit on the porch. Don't let them not see you walk down that street. The next somebody come down, did you see? She didn't come past today. So we used to call them the nosy neighbors, but we found out later on that they were saving our lives. How about that?
That's the truth.
You better not. We couldn't go 6 houses, Sister Denise. 6. That Miss Stream Being, I still see her now. Your mama know you didn't pass. Oh my goodness. But lo and behold, she wind up saving me for doing something that I should not have been doing. It was raining. I took my shoes off, me and my girlfriend, and we're walking on the curve in the rain. And Miss Stream Bean said, do you know you could walk into some glass? We got our shoes up in the air, waving them all around, throwing them back and forth. And that changed me, Dr. Tucker. That changed me. This little nosy lady is saving me from being crippled the rest of my life. So we have a couple minutes. Want to thank everybody. And I believe in giving honor to whom honor is due. Sister Denise, you will give us last comments, and I'll come in with my feats and good day because we have a minute and a half. All right, my sister Denise.
Okay. I know Simone wants to give out some more information. So we will, Lady Gilmore, if you will allow us to come back again, because we have so much information. Please, people, know that everything is not closed, and we are here as professionals, as friends, as women of God. We are here to help you. We have not gone away. Don't let nobody tell you